Hey guys, it's Miss Hernandez. So it is Monday, and we are going to still be reading Onward from Disney and Pixar. So I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, and if you celebrate Easter, I hope you had a great Easter. Yesterday we had some fun over here at the house. Of course, we didn't get to see our other family members, but everyone that lived here had a great time. So I apologize in advance, guys, if you hear anything in the background. I live in a house with about 10 other people and we babysit as well. So we have two kids and then two babies as well. So you might hear stuff in the background. Hopefully you can ignore it and just listen to me reading if that's what you're here for, which I hope it is because that's all I'm doing today. So we left off on chapter 5 for Onward. So let's just do like a quick review on what we read so far. From what I remember, and hopefully you remember, Ian, the main character, it is his birthday, and he is trying to get a new start in life with starting on his 16th birthday. Hasn't gone as far as planned, so he's having some troubles on his birthday so far. His mother gave him a present from his father, who passed away before he was born, so he never got to meet him. And the birthday present he got was a staff, and it came with a letter from the father saying that there is a spell that they can read out loud that would bring him back to life for one day. So him and his brother Barley, were trying to get the staff to work at first, but it was not working. And the last part that we read off of is Ian grabs the paper after Barley and his mother have left the room, and he reads the spell, and once he reads it, it says something strange started to happen. So hopefully you guys have if you haven't seen the movie, hopefully you made some predictions on what might happen based on what they said. And I know I have some theories in mind, but I'm not sure until we read it. So hopefully it's going to get really exciting real soon. So that's a quick little update on what we read last time. Very, very quick and short. So we are on chapter 5 now. So this is the beginning page for chapter 5. Oops. Okay. And here we begin with, again, this is Onward from Disney and Pixar. As the beginning of the spell passed Ian's lips, the wooden staff glowed with light. He continued to read it aloud, and the staff began to tremble, and the light grew brighter. Suddenly it seemed as though all the air was sucked out of the room, and objects, including the staff, began to rise toward the ceiling. As the staff began to fall, Ian caught it. He stood holding it and finished the spell. A beam of light blasted from the top of the staff. Hearing the ruckus, Barley rushed in. "Hey man, what are you doing in here?" "Holy Tooth, the Zadar!" He couldn't believe his eyes. "How did you—" "I don't know, it just started," shouted Ian, struggling to hold the staff as his book, clothes, and furniture swirled around him. It was like being in a chaotic tornado. Blazy poked her head in the doorway for a quick moment, then raced away spooked. Blazy is the dragon pet that they have, if you couldn't remember. Ian gripped the staff with all his might as it shook more and more. The beam of light set its magic onto the floor and began generating a pair of men's dress shoes. Ooh. "Whoa! Feet!" exclaimed Barley. Ian gasped, and bright purple socks appeared above the shoes. The spell was working. It was bringing back their father. As the light moved upward, pants started to materialize, and it continued all the way up to the belt. Then a shirt began to form, one button at a time. The gem rose out of the staff and spun wildly as the light grew brighter and brighter. It became more difficult for Ian to hold on to the staff. Suddenly, Dad's body shrank back down to the waist. Something wasn't right. "Hang on, I can help," shouted Barley, rushing toward Ian. Ian backed away. "Barley, no!" The light exploded, and the gem burst into a million pieces. The force of it shot Ian and Barley across the room and shattered the window. The shards disintegrated to dust. So the shards kind of just turned into dust instead of staying how they were. Barley Ian helped Ian, and they both looked around the messy room, desperately searching for their father. A sudden rustling behind a pile of clothes in the closet caught the boys' attention. A pair of legs in khaki pants and dress shoes kicked out. "Dad?" said Ian. The legs stood to reveal no upper half. "He's just legs," exclaimed Barley. "There's no top part. I definitely remember Dad having a top part." Ian and Barley watched, horrified, as Dad's legs walked around the room. "Oh, what did I do?" said Ian, panicking. "This is horrible." He paced, trying to calm himself, then kneeled in an attempt to talk to the pants. "Hello?" He reached out and ran his hand through the area of the missing torso. One of Dad's feet began tapping around, as if it was trying to get a feel for the space. Ian and Barley watched the legs move around the room like a toddler learning to walk. Hold on, guys. I'm going to let my dog in real quick. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay. "It's really him," said Barley. The boys watched, amazed. Then Dad ran into a wall, interrupting the moment of wonder. He stopped and searched with his foot again, clearly confused and lost. "Dad, you're in your house," shouted Barley. Dad bumped into a dresser, and a bunch of books fell on top of him, knocking him down. The boys raced over and helped him stand. "Ah, he can't hear us," said Ian. Barley walked over to Dad's legs and slowly began to tap on his foot. Ian watched curiously. "What are you doing?" Barley hummed the first 5 beats of Shave and a Haircut. Dad's legs leapt back. Dad tapped the final 2 notes of the song and touched Barley's feet with his foot, patting them gently. Barley's face lit up. "That's right, Dad. It's me, Barley." Dad felt around to find Ian's foot and gave it a tap. "Yeah, that's Ian." "Hi, Dad," Ian said softly. He put his hand on Dad's foot, wishing he could give him a hug. "Oh, I messed the whole thing up, and now he's gonna be legs forever." Barley looked at the spell. "Well, not forever. The spell only lasts 1 day. At sunset tomorrow, he'll disappear, and we'll never be able to bring it back again." He showed Ian 2 illustrations. The first of a man standing by the sun, and the second depicted the sun setting and the man vanishing. Ian sighed. Okay. 24 hours. That doesn't give us much time, but..." He looked at his phone, only to see that it had broken in the chaos of the magic. He tossed it aside and programmed his watch to count down 24 hours. "We'll just have to do the spell again." "You mean you have to," said Barley. He grabbed Ian and pulled him into a playful headlock. "A person can only do magic if they have the gift. And my little brother has the magic gift." Ian pushed him away. "But I couldn't even finish the spell." "Well, you're going to have plenty of time to practice, because we have to find another Phoenix gem." Barley pulled out his Quest of Yore cards and began flipping through them. "Aha," he said, finding what he was looking for. "We'll start at the place where all quests begin." Barley showed Ian a card with the picture of an old tavern on it that read "The place where all quests begin. The Manticore's Tavern. It's run by a fearless adventurer. She knows where to find any kind of gem, talisman, totem." Ian frowned. "Barley, this is for a game. Based on real life? But how do we know this tavern is still there?" "It's there," said Barley. "Look, my years of training have prepared me for this very moment, and I'm telling you, this is the only way to find a Phoenix gem." Barley held up a Phoenix gem card. "Trust me." Ian looked over at Dad's legs, sitting in his desk chair, and sighed. He knew he had no choice but to go with Barley's idea. "Whatever it takes, I'm gonna meet my dad." Barley smiled from ear to ear, more than ready for an adventure. "You hear that, Dad? We're going on a quest." So that was the end for chapter 5. So interesting, right? So it turns out Ian has magic, but he didn't know about it. So let's see if that's going to help him out throughout this adventure they're about to go on. Can't wait to see how this turns out. Okay, so now we're going to start with chapter 6. So, sorry, there's the top of chapter 6, and that's the page we're about to read. Barley climbed into Genevieve's driver's seat, while Dad and Ian sat in the spacious back part of the van. Remember, not Guinevere. Guinevere is the van that Barley owns. Barley turned the key in the ignition. The engine strained, trying to start. "Come on, Guinevere," he said, patting the dashboard. "Maybe we should just take the bus," said Ian. "She's fine," said Barley. Then he grabbed a cassette labeled Quest Mix and popped it into the stereo. Dramatic music played as Barley shouted, "Yeah!" The van jerked forward, backfired, and spit puffs of black smoke as it headed off. It wasn't long before they were driving through the city and passed a road sign that read, "Leaving New Mushroomton." As Barley slowed to pay the toll, working the toll booth, Ian talked to Dad. "Anyway, it's like this award for math," he said, "but I'll show you when we get back home." "Hey, what are you two chatty Charlies up to back there?" Barley asked, looking at them in the rearview mirror. "You know, I felt weird talking to Dad without a top half, so ta-da!" Ian moved aside to reveal that he had stuffed some clothing and attached it to the pants to make a mock upper body and head. He had even fastened on a pair of sunglasses to make it look like Dad had eyes. Barley thought it was great. "Dad, you look just like I remember." "Hey, don't worry. We'll have the rest of you here before you know it. And the first thing I'm going to do is introduce you to Guinevere. Rebuilt this old girl myself from the lug nuts of the air conditioning. To the air conditioning." He flipped the switch, and out blasted a gust of air. Ian had to fight against his power to climb into the passenger seat, where he quickly turned it off. "Showing Dad your van? That's your whole list?" "What list?" "Oh," Ian said, regretting that he'd say anything. "I'm just working on a list of things I want to do with Dad. You know, play catch, take a walk, driving lessons, share my whole life story with him." Barley nodded. "That's cool." Then he reached down and picked up his Quest of Yore book. "Oh, but before you cast that spell again, you're going to have to practice your magic." He tossed the book to Ian. "This book is for a game," said Ian, still having a hard time buying into Barley's rationale. "I told you, everything in Quest of Yore is historically accurate. Even the spells, so start practicing, young sorcerer." Ian opened the book to a random page. "Okay, Dad," he said. "Let's try some magic." Back in New Mushroomton, Laurel returned home with Ian's cake. She went up to his room to check on him and frowned when she saw a note taped to his door. "Back soon with a mind-blowing surprise," is what was written. So, that's what she wrote. It's not focusing right. Sorry. That's what she wrote on the list, though. That's what he wrote on the note for Laurel. She stepped inside and gasped at the mess. Blazy sniffed around the desk, and Laurel spotted the two Quest of Yore game cards, the Phoenix Gem and the Manticore's Tavern. She picked up the Manticore's Tavern card. She rushed downstairs, grabbed her car keys, and hurried out. As Barley continued to drive, Ian sat in the back of the van, pointing the staff at an empty can of energy drink. "Aloft Elevar," he said. A small spark ignited above the can. "Aloft Elevar," he said, causing another small spark. "I can't get this levitation spell to work. Maybe I should try something else, like..." He flipped through the pages of the book. "Arcane Lightning." Barley chuckled with a snort. "Yeah, like a level 1 mage could bust out the hardest spell in the Enchanter's Guidebook. Maybe we should stick with the easy ones." "Well, it's not working," said Ian. "Am I saying it wrong?" "You said it right. It's just for any spell to work, you have to speak from your heart's fire." "My what?" Ian asked. "Your heart's fire. You must speak with passion. Don't hold back." Ian gave him a doubtful look before trying again. "Aloft Elevar." Another small spark flickered around the can. "No, like, aloft Elevar," said Barley with great gusto. Oh, sorry, my dog. Yeah, this is Socks, guys. She wanted to make an appearance. Not right now. Oh my god. Let's see, where was I? Ian repeated the magic words, a bit louder. "No, from your heart's fire," insisted Barley. "Aloft Elevar," yelled Ian. "Don't hold back." Ian yelled the spell louder. "Heart's fire," Barley shouted. Ian tossed the staff in anger. "Stop saying heart's fire," he motioned to their father's legs. "I'm clearly not good at this." Then he moved to sit next to Dad. "Hey, it was a great start," Barley said gently. Feeling defeated, Ian leaned back and put his feet up. Dad imitated his movements, putting his feet up too. Ian couldn't help feeling a little less annoyed. Just then, Barley gasped as he noticed something ahead. "Oh, gather your courage. We've arrived. The Manticore's Tavern." Ian looked out the window. The old tavern looked exactly like the one on the card. Suddenly, he felt hopeful. Wow, it is still there. Barley parked the van, and they walked toward the building. Since Dad couldn't see where he was going, They attached Blazey's leash to one of his belt's loops. Ian tugged on it, steering him in the right direction. Before entering, Barley paused. All right, listen. First, let me do the talking. Secondly, it's crucial we show the fearless manticore the respect she deserves, or she will. Thirdly, not give us a map to a phoenix gem. Whoa, wait. The map? I thought she had a phoenix gem, said Ian. Barley giggled. You're so cute. He turned to Dad. Hear that, Dad? He's a smart kid. He just doesn't know how quests work. Hey, come on. He just doesn't know how quests work. Well, is there anything else you're forgetting to tell me? Asked Ian. Nope, said Barley. And with that, Barley opened the oversized, ornate wooden door. Ian was stunned by what he saw inside. Socks, come on. Sorry about that, guys. She sees a fly. Alright, so that was actually the end of chapter 6. You can see her back there a little bit, I think. That was the end of chapter 6, guys. So, it looks like Ian's birthday turned out to just be an adventure. Socks, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. So, it turned out that Socks. Ian's birthday turned out to be an adventure of him and his brother going out to try and revive his father fully for just a day. So hopefully they can do that soon. Right now it seems like they just started. They're barely finding the Manticore's tavern, and they're going to get a map to find the Phoenix Gem. Hopefully they'll be able to get that map. I hope, what do you guys think is going to happen in the next 2 chapters? We will see together. So if you have any predictions, go ahead and share them with whoever you want to share them with. And I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys take care of yourselves. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.